What's good, everyone? OJ here, and welcome back to another big Nintendo Switch and RPG news. And this one is definitely loaded because a massive departure from Platinum Games has been announced. We're going to get into everything with that. We've got some big announcements when it comes to some cult hit RPGs getting physical edition, something that people wanted with the Persona franchise, and a cult hit 3DS RPG is being remastered that a lot of people are excited about. But before we get into any of that, please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're someone new, and click that notification bell for the best Nintendo Switch and RPG news on YouTube. Now let's go ahead and jump right into it here, and we're starting off with the huge departure from Platinum Games and Hideki Kamiya, a man for decades has really embodied what Platinum Games is, their birth, their games, their inception, everything about what Platinum is about when it comes to what they do in their games was in Hideki Kamiya, and now he is going to be officially leaving Platinum Games this October. Let's get into the announcement. So, Hideki Kamiya will officially leave Platinum Games on October 12th, 2023, the studio has announced. Now, Kamiya is a game designer, director, and executive vice president at Platinum Games, so he holds a lot of different hats here. He has a lot of different ones. He is a core key of Platinum Games. So he co-founded the company with the current CEO Atsushi Inabata and former members Shinji Mikami and Tetsuya Minami on October 1st, 2007. Now, during his time at Platinum Games, Kamiya directed Bayonetta and The Wonderful 101 and served as a creative director on Soul Cresta. Before today's announcement, he was directing a new game codenamed Project GG, which was said to be the final title in his self-titled Hero trilogy following Capcom's Beautiful Joe and The Wonderful 101. Now here's the full message from Platinum Games on Kamiya's departure. We regret to announce that Hideki Kamiya will be leaving Platinum Games on October 12, 2023. We are truly grateful for his creative ideas, leadership, and contribution to the growth of Platinum Games from our startup to this very day. We believe that he will continue to succeed in his future endeavors as a game creator. We are looking forward to seeing the game industry grow into a better place with him in it. We wish him all the best for the future. Now here is Hideki Kamiya's own words via Twitter, which I couldn't see normally because I'm blocked for some crazy reason, and I'm sure many of you guys are also blocked as well if you're on the platform. But anyway, here is his message on Twitter. Quote, "As announced on the official Platinum Games X account, I will be leaving Platinum Games on October 12, 2023. This came after a lot of consideration based on my own beliefs and was by no means an easy decision to make. However, I feel this outcome is for the best. I will continue to create in my Hideki Kamiya way. I hope you'll keep your eyes peeled." Now, once again, this is massive news across the industry. We heard about this. People have been chatting it up and have been talking and have been saying all sorts of stuff. I've already seen crazy conspiracies in terms of what's going on and what happened and everything. So I do want to kind of reel it in just a little bit. If you go back in the history of the Japanese game development scene, there have been titans of companies. We've seen guys like Hideo Kojima, who was essentially Metal Gear and Konami, and he left the company. Obviously, it was kind of forceful in his type of way, but still, he left. We've seen Kenji Inafune leave Capcom and Mega Man. So this is not the first time somebody who is synonymous with that company, with those IPs, leave that to do something else and to create something new. There could be a variety of reasons why he did decide to leave. It could be because his game, maybe there was an issue, maybe there wasn't, maybe because there was some things up with management in terms of the direction of where Platinum Games was going. Maybe there was something that he wanted to do and he couldn't get it greenlit, or there was problems in-house. Maybe he just wanted to create something fresh and something different. Maybe he has a better opportunity somewhere else to create. Maybe somebody else wanted to team up with him in order to start something new. You never know with these type of things, and until we get more information, there's no need to sit here and say it's this, it's specifically this. I mean, I've seen all sorts of crazy stuff. It could be a variety of different things. I'm just throwing out any type of possibility. I'm not saying it's any one or anything like that, but there is a variety of things that could have happened, and we just don't know at this point. Now, I did want to get into a message from Direct Feed Games Nate. He obviously has his ear to the ground with lots of things, and he doesn't say anything in terms of inside information here, but he did have this next point that I do want to talk about in a tweet, and he said, quote, important to note that his departure may have nothing to do with the Project GG. Platinum has expressed desire to explore live service releases. Given that directive, Kamiya may have not agreed with the concept and felt his vision no longer matched that of the company, which that could be true as well. If you look at it, you have the Babylon's Fall catastrophe that happened, right? Like, that is something that I'm sure Hideki Kamiya would have never wanted to be a part of. And yes, that was a disaster. It was a catastrophe. It was a problem. It was a waste of time, effort, money. That could have been a fantastic single player adventure or single player action game and sold probably 1 million+ copies if they just simply went in a certain way. But the higher ups wanted to do live service. They saw all that money that was being made. And when you do it in a slapstick, knee-jerk reaction type of way, that's what happens. But once again, this is all speculation, but it could be that Platinum Games has went in that direction a little bit. So we'll see what happens here. Now, when it comes to affecting Nintendo's stuff, Nintendo's IPs that they have with Platinum Games, I don't really think that there's too big of a deal here. Tura-san, he was the director when it comes to Astral Chain. Yes, Hideki Kamiya did help out from a supervisory role or something like that. But at the end of the day, everybody that made that game is still there. Or even if you look at like the newest Bayonetta game, Bayonetta 3, that was something that Hideki Kamiya once again was not as hands-on with. So I think that the IPs that Nintendo have with Platinum Games is still safe. It's still safe in terms of what they're working and what's going to work. The only issue is like some of the other stuff, right? Project GG, what's going on with some of the things that he was working on. So we're going to have to wait and see how that all works out. But I wish Hideki Kamiya the best. I know that a lot of people don't like him because he's kind of like rude on Twitter and stuff like that. And man, people were ready to bury him and Platinum Games when the whole Helena Taylor controversy came out and everything. People just pounced on that one before we had all the information. So I know that people necessarily aren't too fond of him, but at the same time, man, he creates what he creates. I have a lot of respect for what he's done in the industry, and I hope he continues to thrive and be great at whatever else he does in the gaming industry, whatever he creates. Hideo Kojima has carved out a nice new company, and what he does with Death Stranding and everything and all the different movie things that he's doing and stuff. So that's awesome for him, and I'm pretty sure Hideki Kamiya can find success as well. Now, let's go ahead and completely shift gears here to a Persona announcement. Persona 3 Portable and Persona 4 Golden limited run physical editions announced for the PlayStation 4, Xbox, and the Nintendo Switch, with pre-orders opening September 29th. This is something that I called, that I knew. This is exactly the reason why I didn't really buy the games with my own money when it comes down to it, and I wasn't really too worried. I'm like, man, I bet you anything there's going to be a limited run or some type of I Am 8-bit physical editions announced, and they look really good here with Persona 3 Portable and Persona 4 Golden. So I love what I'm seeing here. Look at the different boxes and the arts and everything. So limited run games will release physical editions of Persona 3 Portable and Persona 4 Golden for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Xbox Series, and the Nintendo Switch. The distributor has announced pre-orders for Persona 3 Portable will run from September 29th to November 12th via the limited run game store. Persona 4 Golden pre-orders are set to open on October 27th. Now, Persona 3 Portable will be available in Standard, Grimoire, and Seize Edition. Here's an overview of each. So it's the base Persona 3 Portable game right there. Then you have the Grimoire Edition, which is $69.99, where you have Persona 3 Portable base game, slipcover, Grimoire book box, steel case. Then you have the Seize Edition, which is $199.99, and it comes with a smorgasbord of things, which I will list right here for you guys to see. So information about the Persona 4 Golden Physical Edition will be shared in the coming weeks. Now, Persona 3 Portable is now available digitally for the Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC via Steam and Microsoft Store, as well as physically for the PSP. And of course, Persona 4 Golden is available now digitally for Xbox Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, PC via Steam and Microsoft Store, as well as physically for the PS Vita. And of course, Persona 3 Reload, which is a complete remake of the original Persona 3 game, that is coming in physical and special editions. That's coming in early February. So a lot of Persona action. Definitely sees like they're trying to, they're milking this one for everything it's got. But this Seize edition comes with a really cool 1x1 evoker replica shadow box and all sorts of cool stuff. All Out Attack 3D shadow box, school patch, trading cards, official soundtrack. I mean, there's an armband in there. There's all sorts of cool stuff. So I knew this would probably happen with Persona 3 and Persona 4, so I held off on kind of buying them. I did get a review code, but I wasn't going to buy it. And I talked about that a number of times, but $199 for that special edition. I might pull the trigger on it. I might not. I'm not 100% sure, but all this stuff looks really cool. It actually looks really dope when it comes down to it. The 1x1 evoker replica shadow box lights up. I mean, that's pretty dope when it comes down to it. I mean, there's some cool looking stuff. But yeah, what do you guys think about this? Are you guys going to be pre-ordering this? I know limited run games, man, it takes quite some time to get this. You might be ordering it now, and it'll come 3 years from now. There might be a Persona 4, Persona 6 Reload or something like that. There might be remakes of all the other games before you get your Persona 3 and Persona 4. But I'm just joking around though, guys, kind of. But what do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comment section. But let's talk about some more stuff being remastered, because a cult hit Nintendo 3DS game is coming to the PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, and PC. And NIS America has the announcement. So NIS America has announced turn-based RPG, The Legend of Legacy HD Remastered for those systems that I talked about. It will launch in early 2024. Oh, here we go. Another early 2024 RPG coming through. So The Legend of Legacy HD Remastered is a remastered version of the Nintendo 3DS game, The Legend of Legacy, which first launched on January 22nd, 2015. The game's development staff includes multiple industry veterans who have worked on the Saga and Final Fantasy series. Pre-orders for the $79.99 limited edition are now available via the NIS America online store. It includes a copy of the game, digital soundtrack, mini art book, 55-page Chronicles of the Avalon art book, 1-disc original soundtrack, cloth poster, 7 art cards, and a collector's box. So here's a little bit of an overview of the game. It's actually a really good Nintendo 3DS game. So discovered 10 years ago, the island of Avalon is shrouded in mystery. It is said the continent was forged by the gods of elementals and is home to many fabled treasures with immense powers. Numerous brave souls have attempted to venture and investigate the lands of Avalon. Will you be next? Follow the stories of 7 upcoming heroes as they descend upon the untrodden lands to fulfill their unique desires. Each of them have their own individual skills and stories to tell, manage battle formations, and instruct specific combat roles to develop the upper hand in battle and seize victory, and utilize the ancient power of the elementals by forging contracts mid-battle to call down powerful skills. Take part in an epic journey unlike any other. Now, the key features: legendary storytelling. You got the awesome staff that's working on this here. 7 heroic journeys. Each character in the Legend of Legacy HD Remastered has their own motivation for exploring Avalon, as well as their own individual conclusion at the story's resolution. Play through as each character to see how their tales unfold. And then you have combat innovation. Battle enthusiasts can discover a new level of challenge during combat by using formations and stances to assign flexible combat roles instead of fixed classes. So I think the thing that's good about this coming over is that it's a 3DS game. Anytime that you get 3DS titles coming over, it's good, because guess what happened? Obviously, Nintendo shut down the Nintendo 3DS store, and the games are becoming very rare. A lot of the games that came out in the 3DS era are becoming rare. So if they can bring these over in remasters, re-releases, remakes, this is absolutely a win for gamers, because it's lost media, right? Or it could become lost media when it comes to physical editions and the preservation of the game. So that's great. I always love to see Nintendo 3DS titles. I would love to see stuff like Bravely Default and Bravely Second End Layer and more of these RPGs that were fantastic to play on the 3DS come over to the Nintendo Switch, and how they adapt those dual screens to the Nintendo Switch platform. So it's pretty cool to see this, and it actually looks really smooth. They put some time and effort into this. It looks a lot better than what it looked on the Nintendo 3DS. It was a bit rough on the eyes, I'll be honest, when I was playing it. So they have a much better, smooth version of the game here. It's going to run and play better as well. So this is great to see them bring over these cool cult hit RPGs. So what are your thoughts on everything that we talked about here, from the massive news of Hideki Kamiya leaving Platinum Games to the awesome news of physical editions for Persona 3 Portable and Persona 4 Golden, and of course this awesome Nintendo 3DS RPG coming back remastered? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're someone new, click that notification bell, and check out some of our other Nintendo Switch and RPG news videos right here on screen if you missed it. Thank you for watching. We'll catch you for the next one. Peace.